Hello, Buddhas. I am being called now to make a how-to. And it's possibly a bit of a touchy subject, but it's a fun one nonetheless. And it's all about the law of attraction. Because I think the law of attraction actually comes down to how we feel about ourselves. Let me explain. The single most important thing for us to do is to appreciate ourselves. Right? Now, if we don't appreciate ourselves, we're out of luck. But if you do appreciate yourself, there's a lot that can be benefited. And the title of this video is not clickbait. Using the law of attraction to get a bigger muscles. Or you know what I mean. Essentially, if you are constantly down on yourself about something, then that something is going to dwindle. If you are constantly depriving yourself of the feeling of being big or having muscles or etc., then you're not going to get it. So something that I picked up on at a super early age was never to diminish that part of me specifically. And it works. I'm going to keep it PG on here and be very vague on purpose and kind of talk more about muscles because there's more of a story there for me than about the other thing which you're all actually interested in. But the exact same shit applies, okay? So, for a very long time, I was ill. I had a physical illness and I believed that that was something bestowed upon me for God knows why. And I really let that get to me. I was never a really stocky kid. I was always a skinny kid. And this really manifested in me being 6 feet tall and 112 pounds in high school, okay? Over 6 feet tall and 112 pounds is not healthy. I'm sorry, I'm not here to offend anybody. I was there. I was not healthy. If that's healthy for you, fabulous. It was not healthy for me, and I don't think that I'm that abnormal. I'm still the same height, and I weigh probably about 170, 180 now, so I have put on 60, 50 pounds in the last 10 years. And for me, that has been a journey. I'm going to be making an entire video about my time being ill, and I really want to do it justice. I'm not just going to do it off the cuff. I'm focusing in on that one. Maybe that'll be its detriment, I don't know, but I want to be a little bit more deliberate because I want to get my facts straight. However, since recovering from that, and since taking my life into my own hands, I have been on this incredible journey in the last year or so, let's call it. And the first things that I really focused on was, okay, I'm starting to get my mind straight, then I'm going to get my internal body illness problem straight so that I'm not dealing with that as a constant anchor holding me back. And now a year later, having gotten to a point where I am comfortable enough to say that I no longer suffer from this illness and I have taken responsibility, okay? And that if anything were to occur, I have the ability and the wherewithal to deal with that. So now that I'm in a position where I feel healthier and stronger than ever in my entire life, because don't forget, this illness that I had is like a constant thing. Like you're constantly sick, not like throwing up sick, but like you're constantly sick, you're ill. So I had a lot of other smaller related health problems that went along with that. And I was never able to build muscles. However, now that I have gotten to a point where I believe that I have wrapped my head around the state that I was in, and I have wrapped my head around my own personal responsibility on it, because that's all that freaking matters, okay? I've been hitting the gym. Now, whoa, wait a second there, don't run away. I'm not saying you don't need to work in the 3D world to get 3D world results. Wouldn't that be wacky? I mean, it's theoretically possible. I'm not there yet though, okay? But let me be very, very specific. I've been hitting the gym 5 days a week, so every weekday, okay, for 20 minutes. And I've been picking stuff up that's heavy and that feels heavy and putting it back down. That's it. 20 minutes. So an hour and a half a whole week-ish. I'm rounding stuff here, guys. So let's call it an hour to an hour and a half of exercise over an entire week. Now, I'm an active person. I walk, I jog, I go for runs and stuff, and that's just normal. I'm a biker, but I've never been like a muscle guy. And now the gains, because I don't really have a benchmark to show you here, the gains are unreal for a freaking month. Just a month. And I have pretty much seen a doubling in my physique everywhere. And I haven't given up on that other specific aspect either, and that still gets some love. So what I'm saying here is do what Schwarzenegger did, okay? Mr. Universe, freaking Terminator, governor of California. The man's accomplished 1 or 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 different things in his life, okay? Pretty interesting dude. And he has been quoted in saying, and I paraphrase, but he has specifically said that he would gym and he would eat, but he would also do a third thing that made him the man that was better than everyone else. He would visualize. He saw himself with the muscles. He felt the feeling of strong. He understood the aspect up here, the mental impact on the three-dimensional world. So here's my secret, free of charge. I don't sell shit yet anyways. We'll get there maybe. Do the three-dimensional work. I'm not saying don't. But focus on the 5-dimensional effort, right? Visualize yourself growing strong. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, damn, you've got big muscles. You know what I mean? Or, damn, you're looking fine today. So many of us look in the mirror and complain about shit, okay? That makes stuff smaller. If you look in the mirror and you're impressed by your shit, and you're like, damn, that thing's huge, this starts to believe you. Think about it. I'm living proof. Went from 110 to 112 pounds in high school, okay? Freaking soaking wet. I was a lifeguard too, so it would have been pretty often. To being like closer to 200 now than I've ever been in my life. And I am stronger than I have ever been in my entire life. And I defeated an entire disease that technically was brought on by myself, but irrelevant. Not the point of this video. So there's no freaking excuses at this point. You've got no excuses. Because if you're sitting around complaining all day, oh, I'm too fat, okay? Well, guess what? It's because you don't think that you're enough. You don't think that you're worthy of not being. That's it. Here's a little bit of tough love. Oh no, I'm so skinny and I don't have any muscles and I can't do that or play that sport. That's this guy here, 100,000%, like even just a couple months ago. Guess what? Bullshit. Get to work. Put some effort into what you want to be. Now, all that being said, if you are not at a point where that's what you want to do, don't waste your time. Don't go to the gym. Screw it. I've done that. I went to the gym and wasted my time. It was unpleasant. I picked the heavy things up, I put them back down, and I didn't see no gains, okay? The women were not flocking. The muscles were not growing, not like they are right now. And it was super demotivating and dumb. What I should have been doing is I should have been getting my mind straight, right? So that I could feel and grow into the vessel that I'm meant to have, okay? We're not here to suffer. We're not here to complain about anything, and we're especially not here to complain about ourselves constantly. So, if you've got a problem with you, because no one else's opinion of you matters, yours is the only one that matters. So if you've got a problem with you, step 1 is not doing anything about it. Step 1 is acknowledging the problem. Step 2 is deciding that you have forgiven yourself for being in that situation and that you are worthy of the change. We're going to get to more videos that describe that. I've been reading through How to Love Your, or You Can Heal Yourself by Louise Hay. Holy moly, mamma mia, guacamole. There's a lot in there, and it's so good. But you are the only person that can do anything about it. And the only way that you're going to accomplish any of that is if you freaking want to. So, if anyone is either offended by this video or has any success stories that they want to share with the rest of people, let's get those down in the comments. Let's get a subscribe, let's get a like, let's get a comment. Let's get that bell notification so that you can see the next videos about how to be freaking awesome and get a bigger